What is up, peeps? It's For The Win TCG, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Galarian Sirfetch'd Turn 1 200 KO combo deck. I've seen this deck on YouTube and on the ladder as well. It seems to be an interesting deck. I came up against it not too long ago and I was like, oh, that's pretty feisty, that bad boy. So I thought, well, let's do something different here. Let's actually test it out, see how it goes and how it runs. I'm sure you guys have seen it on the Tricky Gym channel as well. He uploaded it there a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to see, is this something that's actually worth playing? So what I did is I played a series of 5 games just to get a feel and a first impression for the deck to help you decide if you want to commit to it. Now, there are a few changes that I made to the list myself to help what I think would make it more playable, but these are very small, minute changes in this deck. For example, I added Training Court as the stadium rather than, well, I forgot what it was called, but the one that allows you to take off tool cards. I thought that would be more useful. Removed the energy retrieval, added an extra Scoop Up Net and stuff like that. If you really want to see the changes that I did make, you can check out the list that is on the channel, Tricky Gym's channel. This one, though, was actually taken from someone I played online, so I'm not sure if it is the same list, to be honest. But this is the list I've got. It's very similar anyway, and this is the one we're playing with today. So in the first game, I didn't really know if I had to go first or second. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer now, but I'm a dum-dum. Regardless, though, I started by promoting the Sirfetch'd and realized we were playing an odd deck on the ladder, which is nothing unusual, really, is it? Are we playing against Entei Charizard? Okay, that's interesting. So it turned out we was actually playing some sort of Entei Charizard deck, but at the end of the day, that's that. We decided to promote the Sirfetch'd on that first turn, and we didn't actually hit the combo, which was a shame. Right, so we didn't get the turn 1 KO on that one, but that's fine. We're looking to see how the deck goes in the long run too. It's not all about the turn 1 move, is it? And that's right. It's not just about hitting the combo. It's to see if you can actually play the deck through to the end as well. But what ended up happening is they ended up scooping the game and we got a nice easy win at the start. Okay, so we can actually do something pretty decent here. Oh, okay. In the second game, it was nothing really too outlandish. We came up against a Snubble. Okay, so we've got 2 Mews at the start. And I got a message on my phone. Lovely. Started off with 2 Mews. And going first, we did hit the combo, but we didn't get the KO. Okay, so we can do our combo here, but that means we won't really have any sort of draw. Let's see what the Mew gives us quickly. Another Energy Search. Okay, so if I bench this Sirfetch'd, we can technically go for the 1-turn combo, I believe. Let's see. So we do that. We get rid of the Tool Scrapper. Get ourselves the Galarian Zapdos. And Bob's your uncle. We've got a turn 1 KO for game on the ladder. Lovely stuff. 1, 2, 3. There we go. See you later, Snubble. Oh, we're turn 1. We're going first, not second. Whoopsie. Yeah, so as you can see, it's because we went first, not second. I thought I had it. I genuinely thought I had the combo. I was like, oh yeah, sweet, we got it. Oh wait, I can't attack. It doesn't matter though. We ended up getting the KO anyway and hitting that combo. Okay, now we have the KO. There we go. So that's another win on the book, 2-0 right now. So in the third game, we came up against what looks to be some sort of grass VMAX deck. We're not really coming up against anything too crazy on the ladder, which is probably a testament to my elo. But hey, that's what happens when you test a bunch of decks and try and build stuff. You scoop a lot. Regardless, this is what we are up against, and it's more about us trying to hit that combo. Do we hit it? Have a little look. Right, okay, let's see if we can get the combo here. I don't know if we can. I think we can, actually. What we do is play Sonia. We get ourselves a Sirfetch'd and a Zapdos. Oh, we don't. We don't have the energy. Okay, so we're just shy of this combo at the start. Might be worth getting a Crobat even, just to draw some cards here. Maybe Crobat, Zapdos. Might be a shout. You throw the Zapdos down, get the energy into play. We'll get the Zigzagoon down, just for the sake of that. We could shorten that Rillaboom down a little bit. Not sure about attaching that to the Sirfetch'd, but that could work. And do we play our Scoops just to really maximize this combo here? Do you know what? I'm risking it for a biscuit. Not sure if this is a sustainable way to do it, but we'll do it. Are you resistant to fighting? No, okay. I just want to maximize my Crobat here and see if we can hit that combo, which is what we're looking to do in this video. Alright, so Crobat. There we go. Need an energy and a switch of sorts. We get the energy, we don't get the switch. Oh, we do. What am I talking about? We have the Sirfetch'd. So, combo. Do I need this now? No. There we are. Lovely. So we got a nice cheeky KO. Turn 1 go in second. Lovely. So that's great. So we did actually manage to get the turn 1 going second combo, which is what this deck is designed to do. And not only that, we managed to play the game through, KOing 2 extra Vs and getting game. That air balloon that I attached did come in handy. Air balloon seems to be a really effective way to keep streaming attacks. At least that's my first impression. So game 4, we actually came up against some sort of Ampharos deck. Again, nothing really too crazy, but the last game we did come up against an actual good deck. So do hold true. Sorry, do stay tuned, should I say. All right, so we don't have any sort of Sirfetch'd or Zapdos in hand, but that's nothing to be too worried about right now. Okay, we've got a Sonia, which is nice. I'm just trying to think about sequencing right now. We want to get Zapdos. We need Zapdos and 3 energy and a Sirfetch'd effectively to really get this going. We can get the Zapdos. The Crobat can help. Pumpkaboo might have to go down, maybe. We can discard this energy. No, I'm going to get rid of the Pumpkaboo and get Sirfetch'd into play, right? I think that's the move. Attach this. Do I attach the energy? I want to play a Crobat, maybe? Just want to thin the hand down. I'm not sure if I'm doing this in the right order, but we move. There's a quick ball there, which will allow us to actually get a Zapdos without requiring Sonia, which lets us play the Crobat and another supporter if we draw into one. So that's, although risky, something I want to try. Let's see if we hit that. We actually get a Sonia. Okay, so Sonia will actually allow us to get the energy we need. So there's the, again, another combo hit with this move. And we have the retreat option available for the Mew, which is lovely. So we have the Scoop Up. Now that does leave us with a bit of a shaky hand though, if I'm honest with you. It really does. I'm going to bench this other Sirfetch'd. Let's go for that. So we hit the combo, but the hand's looking a bit shaky. Again, going second, we managed to hit the combo. The only difference is the hand looks a bit shaky. Okay, now we're in a bit of a sticky situation here. Could bench the Mew, manually retreat. Recover energy, attach. That might be the way to go, just to keep us moving here. Bench the Mew, retreat. And this is why I made the change of putting Training Court, because it's consistent energy recovery rather than the one-off. And as you can see there, of course, we did have to retreat and pass, which is something I'm assuming you might have to do a couple times in this deck, if I'm honest with you. It looks like the biggest issue I've come up with so far, and I'll probably come to this in the conclusion, is being able to stream the attacks without losing energy. And this is why I really enjoyed playing Training Court in this deck. It seemed to allow me to do that whilst recovering energy more consistently across the game. You want to have a deck that can really, you know, pan out and keep going even after you hit the initial combo. Regardless, we managed to actually get a KO on the Ampharos with the air balloon we got off a Mew there after having to retreat, which was nice. So that was pretty good. And then we ended up KOing Pikachu V, and they just ended up scooping for game. So that's how that game panned out. So another win. That's 4 wins, 0 losses on the board here. Now, game 5, we come up against a Raikou deck, an amazing Raikou deck, which is really interesting to see play. Although I could already tell the way that this deck was built, it was a bit inconsistent. However, it did pose a big threat to us. Oh, we're playing amazing Raikou. Okay, this is looking promising again. We can Sonia for the energy. We can Quick Ball for Sirfetch'd and then Escape Rope after doing all of that and get a cheeky KO. We want to leave our Marnie in hand. Yeah, that's got to be the last card we got to go for in it. So we go for Sirfetch'd here. Then we play Sonia. Get 2 fighting energy. Zapdos. There we go. Play the Sirfetch'd. Play that Escape Rope. They probably will promote the Mareep if they know what's going on. Or maybe not, actually. They might promote a Raikou because that Marief's going to help them. But yeah, they promoted a Raikou. Okay, there we go. So we promoted Sirfetch'd. And again, we've hit that turn 1 going second knockout combo, which is lovely. Our first turn, we did decide to go second. And again, we hit that combo. So it doesn't seem that hard to hit the combo. That makes perfect sense. That's the point. It's really if you can continue and win the game, which, let's be real, it's probably more likely considering you've got a fully charged up Sirfetch'd turn 1, you know. That's a big yikes. We've missed that. However, we do get to just manually retreat here again to get a nice KO. Can wait a turn, but it's a single prize deck. Don't want to be taking any chances. I wish I had my Training Court out because that would be able to allow me to recover some of that energy quite comfortably. But hey, that's that, isn't it, really? Okay, we'll do that and we'll get our KO. But again, in this deck, we did have to, sorry, in this game, we did have to manually retreat to keep attacking, which really did make, as I said, Training Court quite useful. You know, it's 2 retreat costs for the Sirfetch'd. If you get an attachment that turn, even if you don't have an energy in hand, the Training Court allows you to do that. Effectively, it's 1, and it helps you keep the energy in play. With EXP share, it helps with that as well. So manually retreating is something we have to do, which is a bit of a flaw, I would say, but it's not the end of the world. But what actually ended up happening is they ended up getting the massive Raikou hit and taking 4 prizes from 2 of my Sirfetch'd, which is a bit oof. That definitely had me concerned, as you can probably see. Oh, they've got their Raikou attack. Dangerous stuff here. They're going for the Sirfetch'd. Okay, we'll retreat this one manually, and at least, you know, prevent them from getting that crazy KO on one of them. So I'm actually going to take the energy off this Sirfetch'd here. And this Zapdos, there we go. Keep the energy dispersed. I think that's the idea too. We get a knockout, but that was a bit scary, I can't lie. And it still is. They can gust KO as long as they get the cards they need. There is that Training Court on Air Balloon, which is huge for us. Absolutely huge. There we go. Keep streaming these attacks, baby. Keep streaming these attacks. We'll attach to this one, and we'll see if we can hit. In fact, I do want to ditch this Pumpkaboo because I don't think we're going to need it. That bench spot could be useful for a Crobat or something, so we're gonna keep that there. All right, that's fine. It's scary, definitely, because I have to retreat now without any sort of switch option to get this back into the active, which leaves these 2 vulnerable to a Raikou attack, which is not what I want to see. It's tough with this being a single prize deck, although they do have the Crobat. So if we find boss's orders, we can gust KO that bad boy. So, you know, do it on this channel. Risk it for a biscuit. Let's go, baby. And take out this Cherrim and put a bit of pressure. Hopefully we get a boss's orders, we can have game. Ouch! Big owie. And this is another slight issue with the deck, of course. It is low HP. Obviously, it's 2 prizes rather than 3 against a VMAX. But in a format like this, it's very scary, especially with spread going around. And that's one thing that Raikou really poses a threat to us for. And they definitely took advantage. But luckily, we managed to get the top deck boss's order for game. All right. Go time. Boss's orders top deck, baby. Let's go. Got the KO on that Crobat V4 game. That was a scary one. That was scary. That was scary, but we managed to pull through there. So that's how the 5 games panned out. It's 5 wins, 0 losses on the PTCGO ladder. So is this something you should invest in? Well, let's look at at least some ideas and some issues that popped up for me when playing this for at least my first impression. First thing to note is I didn't really come up against anything top tier. So that's one thing that you have to really take into account with this video. Another thing to point out is the fact that we did have to manually retreat. So I was thankful that I made the list that allowed me to do that by minimizing the cost of that effectively, by being able to get energy back into the hand. And I honestly prefer the Training Court over the energy retrieval because it's consistent energy recovery, and if you do that over a couple of turns or something like that and you get a Zapdos, you have that in hand ready to go. I did like the scoop ups in the deck as well, being able to pick up some cards that were useless and also allowing us to utilize our Zapdoses again and again, which is really good, and also some cheeky Zigzagoon hits to allow us to actually get a KO. I didn't get that in the footage. I actually got that in a game before recording where I played a Urshifu single strike VMAX and managed to get a KO on the baby Urshifu V by using Zigzagoon to just add that 2 damage counters onto a 220 HP single strike Urshifu VMAX. So the scoop up's fantastic, obviously, that makes perfect sense, to be fair. And the Mews have come in every now and then and really helped out. It got us that Air Balloon, which allowed us to get game in one of the games, so that was good as well. Of course, with the list that I'm playing, the hand can get a little thin sometimes, or that's not really the end of the world. Originally, I believe this deck played like 1 Crobat, but considering how thin this hand can get, because a lot of the cards you draw are playable, Crobat's really good in this deck. Crobat allows you to really see a lot of cards, although that's more vulnerability, so you've got to pay a price for that. Now, the real concern is when you're coming up against VMAX decks. You're not one-shotting VMAX Pokemon, you are two-shotting them. Obviously, that's still good. It just means you have to keep streaming attacks. In any deck where you two-shot, you need a consistent and good form of gusting because they can retreat their damaged Pokemon. So, boss's orders, big must, I would say, when you're coming up against VMAX decks. And then on top of that, we have to be consistent ourselves in streaming attacks, which it seems to be the main theme of this video, as you can tell. My suggestion, I'm not sure yet, but I did like the simplicity of having Air Balloon attached to a Sirfetch'd. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have your Cape of Toughness or anything like that, but having that attached allowed us to constantly just retreat, attack, retreat, attack, retreat, attack, retreat, attack, which is super important against a VMAX deck, because if you give them any sort of leeway, especially in the top tier, they're going to take advantage. Now, the HP is also a slight concern, as I've mentioned. The fact that you can easily be susceptible to spread damage is a bit of a problem. Additionally is what I should say. There's a deck that's running around in the format and is getting a lot of hype, which is Dragapult. Dragapult is psychic and has the ability to spread, which is dangerous. It's resisting to fighting, and also we are weak to psychic. So Dragapult can ruin us, absolutely ruin us. That's the biggest weakness. So if there's any options to tech, if you're going to play this on the ladder, find a way to do that, because Dragapult is dangerous against us. But that's the first impression for this deck. Let me know if you like this format for the video. It's a bit different, I know, but I wanted to see how this fares. This is a bit more fun for me to do, actually, rather than stressing about making a deck and stuff like that, which does happen a lot to me. I can look at some lists and be like, oh, how is it? Let me try it out and then see if it's worthwhile. So if you want to commit to it, you can. I hope there's something you can take from that. But yeah, that's it. Definitely do leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And most importantly, take care of yourself. And if there's any decks that you want me to try, let me know in the comments down below. All right, take care. Peace.